Yes, ma'am.
A very good afternoon to one and all. I hope to be a safe day ahead for all during the current pandemic situation. Once again, I welcome all to the Intercollegiate Career Guidance webinar on Explore Yourselves in Real-Time Projects. In today's scenario, youth faces the real challenge in exploring the right career options from among the various existing real-time projects in the society. Hence, it is the right time to organize such webinar sessions for the students, which provides a good exploration in choosing the real-time projects. It is a great pleasure and privilege for me to welcome our resource person, Dr. Santi Durera, Senior SAP FICO Techno-Functional Consultant and Managing Director, Charulata, the Charulata Publications and IT Solutions Center. She has a vast consulting experience in SAP, FICO functional and technical domain and have been associated in various SAP projects, training end users and preparing user documents. She has completed her MS, MBA and PhD and also have credit in working as professor and HOD in MC. Welcome you, ma'am. It's
Thank
now
you.
high time to open the session by Madam Dr. Santi Durevich. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. So let's start the session. I
Yes,
think, is it audible, my voice?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, how are you, students? Is it audible, students? Those who are watching, is it audible? Okay. So, this is a topic, interesting topic. Almost, I'm giving webinar in the last from March. When I came to India from March, I'm giving webinar sessions, and most of them like to have this title: how anybody can get inside the project. How indirectly speaking, directly speaking, how can they go into an IT company? So that is the question. Actually, that is a question which cannot be defined in one line, but it's simple to get inside a project. I will tell you with a small example, because we think, because even I was thinking when I was working before going into IT, I had an idea that IT means everybody have to do programming, everybody have to do a lot of coding. So that was my idea. That is true. That is true. Programming is the key for every project. Every project results based on the nice, wonderful coding. The expert coding makes the result better. That is all true. But we have plenty of phases where we have done 5 or 6 phases in the project. And I will take an example from your textbook. I'm not going to do in depth on the theoretical part. I'll give a nice example, real time example, so that you can understand better. This is the software management material, and you must have seen this picture in your textbook: software life cycle management. So, this is a SDLC process, we normally call it as. So, this is a phase we follow even in the industry. So, I will tell you how you can get inside the project. So, that is the title. I should not divert from that. But for that, this is the key. So, but everybody have to analyze yourself. I cannot say somebody can only do the programming and someone cannot do. It is all based on the interest and constant effort. Constant effort you have to take it. That's what I did. So as he was reading about me, I was a lecturer and I was heading MCA department until 2004. But later, after my PhD, I took some company invited me free of cost. They trained me. Initially, even I felt that is not my career at all. I was not that much interested because I was having a nice job in Chennai. So in a good engineering college. So I was not focused well, but that company, when they processed visa to USA in the year 2006, I got my visa. I went in 2007 January. After they process, I got the visa. I thought, oh, I should be good in programming. How can I go and work? So I put some effort, 6 months effort, but that was not sufficient. When I went to US, when they sent me, not like the companies, those who are hiring, you should know the clear picture. I was a teacher. I mean, I was a lecturer. So I want to give you the complete picture where there is a gap which is not told to anybody, which is not spoken by anybody. I want to help you students. The thing is, we are studying some languages, Python or something, Java, machine learning or data science, data analytics courses. And there is a gap between those two. Even though I took training, I went there and I was, and the companies, all the MNCs, they will be working with the client like a vendor. They will be getting projects in the real time clients in US because I didn't go to any other country last 14 years. Until this June, I was working. I took a 4 months break now. Until December because of COVID, I am not going. But this the training what I took was not sufficient. The training what I took was not sufficient. Every MNCs, they take project from different clients and they take their own employees taking there. Sometime if the employees are due to so many reasons and the visa issues or some expert are not available immediate, they will hire people like me. We are all contractors to the MNCs and some full-time employees. So they will put us in that respective area. We may clear the interview orally, but when we jump into the project, there are a lot of people working along with us. Not only if you are a Java programmer, you won't be you won't be the person finishing the entire race of the project. So there are a lot of people running along with you in the project. For example, I am totally into SAP SAP developer initially. Then after few years, then I went to as a functional finance person. I was a SAP developer initially. Then after few years, then I went to as a functional finance functional person in SAP. And in this, we need to learn a lot of things. I need to understand the person working along with me. So we are all together changing the knowledge and understanding each other and what I should do and what I should deliver to them. And like that, we should know. Finally, the product is developed by the developer, but the developer is not the person initially interacted. So that's why I opened this diagram. Initially, any project, if they give, for example, I'll give a small example. If you have a website designing, you can understand a bank website. Somebody is updating the website. Somebody is updating the bank website. They want to change something in that website. They want to show all their earlier returns or something they want to show you in the figures in the website or some product related company or some I work for PepsiCo in New York City. I work for UNICEF. UNICEF is not the profit making company. It is a non-profit organization in US helping the whole world for the children, affected children. And so that depends on the company also, the business varies. So their number of modules, number of departments varies depends on the company. So the website also varies. So Pepsi website, they want to put some dashboard so that the people, the market can know where they are in the market and what is their growth of the company and what are the products they have and what are the different locations available, which are the countries they are interacting. They want to show that in the website. For example, I'm saying, so they want to update. So as a web designer, so they initially they are designing kickoff project kickoff, the first point, first phase, phase 1 you take it. So the phase 1 they will decide the client is the one PepsiCo. So the client is the one. So one who wants to use that product. So wants to invest for the product. They are going to the client, and all the MNCs, the companies, all the IBM or Accenture, as Cognizant, and currently I was until June I was working with Cognizant as a contractor before my this vacation. So all those companies, even different from China, there are so many there from all over the world. They are working for the clients in USA. So those companies, so they will also work along with the client. So the project manager from CTS or IBM, the technical person, the testing person, the testing person, and the client, and the client project managers, program managers, all the top level people will sit together and they will discuss what is the budget and whether how many months they want, whether it is very important to finish it short period or they want it long period, or it is the must because of the government is insisting them to put some figures in the website. Something will do because of the government is insisting. Some tax terms are varying. They want to see some more details. So something like that, based on the project, nature of the project, they will discuss and the duration, budget, whether all the human resource, whether resources person are from US, or some people 50% can be in the on-site and 50 will be in the offshore. Offshore, we mean I work with the offshore people in Argentina. I worked with the offshore people in India, and I even some more other countries. Depends on the client. Wherever they do business, based on that, and the MNCs wherever they have offshore team, so they will provide the support. The offshore is the in other country, they do support, and some people will the on-site, because when they give to offshore, the cost is less. When they bring to on-site, if people working in on-site, like us, if you work in US, so we they have to pay more, because they have to pay more, because we the rent what we pay, the tax what we pay, and the car is a must. So many things are must there. But here sometime we can manage without something. So all those things so there is a salary hike between when you compare from India to US. So it is a must. So they calculate everything. If I hire somebody from US, hire somebody from India, what is the cost I have to pay? Client will think of it. So they will decide on the budget. If they decide yes, then kick off. The project is kicked off. It is it's they want to start the project. Then procurement, that case there are so many people. You can be a project manager. Project manager will be the technical person there, one who is interacting throughout the project, and he is the person moving the project. He is the person interacting with every team, and putting the milestone, and setting up the date and timing, and he is the person updating about the project to the client. So the project manager anyone can be a project manager. You can be a project manager. I saw so many students those are coming for higher studies to US, MS, or somebody. So they are given 26 months OPT period. So those period they will give an get an EAD card, they can work on that. So those candidates, those students, they will take PMP certification training. They are very well working on the project managers. I saw so many. And the basic requirement is you should know documentation, good documentation skills, Word and Excel. And some basic SQL statements. Some program they themselves will SQL is not a must. Sometime they will run the reports. Some reports to check the values, something like so. But Word and Excel, some chart to draw the chart, the Visio is the tool they use it. So those things are very less skill set, but you should be able to communicate. Not I always say that not I always say that not the accent of US, but the communication of the point, that is important. Some terms they use it often, some word when you sit with them, then we live with them for some time, we will be using we will know where to use those words. That is enough. Communication is enough. So the This is a project manager job available for everybody, no program skills. Second one, requirement gathering. Requirement gathering, there are some business analysts. So business analyst is a person. After that, they will put all the queries, all the questions to the client, and they will document exactly what they want, because nowadays there is a big loss if it is not finished in right time. So so they will document. Nowadays, after last 15 years, I'm seeing everything is documented. I'm seeing business analyst in every project. Before that, people say without business analyst they manage. Even some project, small project, I have done without business analyst. But business analyst is a good role. Anybody can be, if you have good communication skill, documentation skill, with SQL queries. SQL queries, you can refer W3schools.com, the structured query language. You can practice. That is common tool. Take data from any database. SQL. It's not, you should be an Oracle developer or anybody. So every developer needs to know. Even business analyst needs to know. Even business analyst needs to know SQL, structured query language. So that is you have to learn. And Word and Excel, what we practice in India, that is not sufficient. Every tab has so many things, and you should be able to play with Word and Excel. So I saw so many, mostly the other country people are very expert in Excel, macro codings, VLOOKUP, macro codings, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, filters. So when I sit next to them, so I don't know many things. So that much they are expertise. So those people will be business analysts. Even our Indians are there. So many are there. But we have to be expertise. Everything should be used. Every tool. Make use of every tool in Word and Excel and give a nice presentation. Nice Excel sheet to filter. Suppose some 45,000 records are there. Client wants to filter and take this particular one and do some calculation, because I'm in finance. We do lot of calculation. Because I'm in finance, we do lot of calculations, and system calculates more than that. Basic things we calculate that is through Excel. Some calculations we can easily do through Excel sheet. So that requirement gathering, business analyst, you can be a business analyst without programming, but SQL is a must. Then analysis part. Analysis part, this is a part everybody involves. They analyze. So there are a lot of tools available in the market. Same work can be done by Oracle. Same work can be done by SAP. Same work can be done by SAP. Same work can be done by some other ERP tools. Here, SAP is number one ERP product in the world. But some product also they can do that, but they have to buy some additional third-party tool for somewhere to get the results. Some additional third-party tool needs they need to buy for support, for giving clear picture. So they will decide on that. SAP, if they want, they have to spend at least $1 million. So, but for other tools, it may be lesser than that. So that is why many clients they want to use other one. But mostly I see the big clients in US and the world they are using SAP, because it is a very integrated data processing ERP package, ERP tool. So it's very integrated. So I was wondering how much they've done research to bring this product. So while using itself, you'll be amazed how much integrated. Any business can use it. Any big business can use it. Any big business can use it. Everything, the data flows from material management to sales and CRM, HRM. Data flow with the integration points is awesome in SAP. So that they will analyze, analyzing and deciding which is the one they are going to use software, and which are the things they want to use it with their budget. Are they want the best one going through this SAP or something like that? Generally, I'm speaking for any project. Then design comes. Design, here only my part comes. I'll be also in all the meetings, above meetings. But the design is the solution designer. He should be an expert in that particular area. Basically, technically, he should be good, and functionally, he should be good. And he will, the requirement gathering, they will write. sorry, they will document what they are going to develop. This is what exactly they want to develop. There is a small interesting example. They will say, without business analyst, if the requirement is making a car, finally they made a wheel. So if the business analyst is not properly documenting, the result will be very bad. So that is why requirement gathering, the business analyst will nicely put lot of queries to the client. Exactly the website you want this page. When you double click on this, when you click on this, what do you want to see, and whether this is the result you want, whether this is the calculation you want to display, all those questions. Whether this is the calculation you want to calculate, whether this is the tax you want to calculate, whether this is a discount you want to calculate, so many things. So he have to give the details to the developer. So everything will be nicely documented and agreed and signed off. And for that requirement document, now entire requirement document, now entire project will run based on the requirement gathering. They will document the business analyst. That document is for us. So everybody does their work based on the document. So the design part, I will take the requirement document, then I will configure the system. Solution designer will say how to achieve that. He will design. We call it as HLD, high level design. So the solution designer will give high level design. He will say how he is going to achieve using the system. Client wants a car, suppose, and how he is going to make it. That's what he will say. As a functional consultant, so I am in finance, but many people will be there. Only finance alone will not be there. Some sales and distribution person will be there. Material management person will be there. Human resource module is there. So many people are there. So how I am going to configure the system in order to achieve the goal? So you got to understand the point. So requirement gathering, they will write what they want. Solution designer will say how he is going to achieve high level. So we will be documenting detail level document, design, and we will also configure the system. So configure, what do you mean by configure? That word may be totally new. Even when I went there, so those words are new to me. Before 15 years, it was new. Configuring means, so suppose you see any screen, bank screen, for example. SAP is having different screens. Each screen we will do the input. We will give the input. Suppose bank, you see username and password you are giving. Same way, SAP has different screens. Vendor detail, vendor name, vendor address, bank details will give customer name, customer bank details, and the customer's country, and that country what is the tax calculation in India. Whole India, we have one type of calculation tax. But in US, each state, all the 50 states, not only 50 states, each county has different taxes. So I have to configure the system based on a zip code. I have to configure the what is that input tax, what is the output tax. When I buy something, what is the tax? When I give something, sell something, what is the tax? When I give something, sell something, what is the tax? And suppose the vendor is also a customer. The vendor one who is sending me the material, he is also sometime buy the product. So what is that? So many complex configurations are there. Those configuration we have to configure. Initially, it may be complex. When you understand the business, it won't be that much tough. So you slowly, based on the error messages, system will throw a lot of error messages. We will read, understand, and fix it. Every day is a learning, but it's not that much tough, I see. Not I face tough before so many years. Now it is okay. The same way after few years you will be all right. So the design part we are designing. So you can be a functional. Initially, I was a developer. So without even development, you can be a functional. SAP has 25 modules. So anybody can modules. You can say department. So the different. Suppose if you buy a product, if you purchase a product, so the based on that we can do that. So um, I will Are you hearing me? Voice breaking? Are you able to hear me? Are you not able to hear me?
Oh,
Hello?
there is little noise, ma'am. Little noise.
It is noisy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, is it okay now? Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay? Is it okay? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, 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 ma'am. Yes.
Okay, okay. So I may be slowly speaking sometime. Okay. So the design part, anybody can be a designer, configuring the system, but development. Now comes the development. So we design it. Once we design means not only in the document, it is configuring the system. We put every data in the system, indirectly speaking. We put every data needed for the project, for that particular project. Then developer comes. Now only the developer comes. So what we think normally, everybody should learn some language, program, and go as a developer. That is true. But after these many stages, developer comes. The developer will refer requirement document and also the design what we have done, and he will do the development. Development is, openly speaking, whatever we put the data in the system, everything will be stored. Suppose in the, I can give only this small example. Banking, again, username and password you are giving. Once you give, that is going to be stored in the database. Already the database has your data. Suppose if I give Shanti and her password is this one. If any other password comes, reject it or throw error. Some message is coming invalid password. So that is from the code. They must have written the code. When the password is not matching, it is not like this. So throw the error, show the error. So that way, the developer is picking up the data from the database and displaying it. And if the password username is correct, so it can open and show the next screen and show the bank details, the details they can show it. So whatever the personal account or any account, savings account, based on that it will be shown it. So that is the work of a developer. So you see how much the developer is important, how much designer is important. Everybody is valuable in this project. So so developers should clearly understand. So people say that the people are firing, kicking out from the project. So it is not mostly happen if they understand the requirement document and the design what is done. What is their requirement, what they have to develop, and what is the design they have done, what are things they configured, what I have to pick up from the system by writing a code. Normally, any structure of a code has declaration statement. Then, based on that, you will write the select query support. It's a report, and then you will display in a form of, it can be a form, it can be a report, it can be a business intelligence report. These are three areas that is essential one. So the developer should know. So SAP, if you consider, sorry, finance, there are n number of tables associated. It's a German product. So it is not meaningful table names. Customer data. It will not start with anything in the name will be customer. The customer number KUNNR. Nowhere it is related to the name, the meaning. So because we study in English, so that is a German product. It's the same way. So we have to by heart so many things. The table names we should be in our memory. So if we want some tables, so material management, the table should, it will be starting from M, and sales table starts with V, and finance table starts with uh, different letters. So this is like you have to by heart it. So the developer should be exactly taking the record table and select the values and display in the report if it is a report. So developer should understand where he is working. So whether he want to combine sales data with which key he is going to combine, all those things he should be aware of it. Without understanding the business, if he write the query, the data is going to be wrong. He will get some data, some report he will get. So, but the answer may not be exact. So that is the one. So you can, anybody can be a developer. If you are a Java developer, web developer, business intelligence developer, or any developer, if you are good in programming, you can go here. Or you can be a designer, you can be a business analyst. Now I'll tell you the simple job in the market. The testing. The testing, normally one who is developing, we will test our product. We call it as unit testing. But integration testing, suppose say I am paying to the vendor some amount, so the vendor payment goes to the bank, the company bank, we call it as house bank. From that, it will be sent to the customer or the vendor. So the customer will be depositing the check and the vendor will be paying the amount. So those two process, outgoing and incoming, these two are happening in every company. So the entire thing we want to test the entire process. So all will be sitting in the same place. Sometime integration testing, we'll test somebody is developing, somebody is changing the code, then testing whether the vendor is collecting that and whether it is cleared from the system. All those things we'll test it. That will be done by the designer and the developer. One who designed, I will be checking whether whatever the data I put in the system, it's coming out by the developer. Developer is bringing same data out. So that is what I will be checking. We both will together testing, developing, and often the developer should communicate with the designer. So the offshore people will always will be communicating with me. If any issue, I'll be communicating with the manager and I will be informing them, and we will be together working, often testing. Finally, if we feel good, it's up to the requirement, then we will move to the quality system. Until now, there is a system, testing, a sandbox, we call it as, our development system will be developing. There won't be any real data in that. It is all testing data. But testing, when they do, there are QA testers. You can be a QA tester. You can be a Selenium tester. You can be an IBM Rational Tool tester. So the testing job is simple. Earlier it was very manual testing. Now it is going to be automated tested. So you should know some tool. Those tools are not tough. It is like Excel and Word only. You can take 1 month, 3 months, 2 months training. Even in we are giving training now here in our company. So the tools are very easy. You can be a you can be a tester. So that time the developed object will be moved to the other system, quality system. There are three systems. Normally we use it in the client. One is the development system. There all the trial data will be there, sample data. The testing system is a quality system. Their real data will be there, but real people, client is not using it. Only the testing team. Suppose CTS is developing the development, and Capgemini is a tester. So that team is going to be testing. So they will do the testing in all aspect, negative and positive testing. Positive testing is I'm giving the proper password in the website. The bank website is a positive testing. If I give, they are asking first letter should be a capital letter, other letter should be a small letter, and the special character there should be one, there should be a number. So if it is that case, so they have to remove everything simply without giving input whether it is going in. Simply if you give zero, whether it is going. If we give all special character, it is going. All negative tests, they will do everything. It's just an example, but in real time there are so many different ways of testing, negative testing. But anybody can be a tester if you take 3 months course training or 6 months training after your graduation. So the testing is done. Then deployment, whatever the testing team also will sign off that we have tested it thoroughly, it's good, and these are the testing thing we have done. This is the way we tested. We call it as scenarios. These are the 16 or 15 scenarios we tested. So after testing, they will move to the deployment production system. Production system, once it is moved, that's already the website is there. We just updated something in the website. So before that, we designers will get some 48 hours or 24 hours in the production system, because production system is a live system. Globally, the bank is the people, how many customers are using the bank website, so many are watching it every minute. So the same Bank of America, same SBI, you are using in the night daytime. Some people in US, they have accounts in SBI, they use it in the night time. So every time the system should be ready to use it. So in between, we are updating the system, the website, and that is going in live. Normally, we go on weekends, Sundays. Normally, we move on Sunday, Saturday, because those time, so they we will inform that nobody should use it. So that way, so the system is in use. System is having some issue. Please log in later. You must have seen that those type of messages when you log into the system. This time, some production issues or production support or new product is going in live, something is happening, some update. So 24 hours, 48 hours update, we will be getting only those timing. Whatever we do, that will be recorded in the background. We cannot do as it is. So what time we logged in, what we have done, everything will be recorded. And I have to make the changes. I have to make the system ready in order to accept the new changes without any impact on the existing one. There should not be any impact on the existing system. There should not be any impact on the existing website. It should accept the changes as it is without even any impact on the existing one. That is the one we do. We will carefully design, and the changes alone we'll do the changes in the live system. After that, operation and maintenance means once we have done, we tested and everything is going fine as it is working in development, as it is working in quality, it is working in the production system. The 2 days we will be checking, and then comes the people, the client, one who is using every day, they will be coming into testing. They will use the product. They will use every day. They will change it. They will just like that, they will change in the system something. Immediately they will check whether it's reflected in the website. They change some font, whether it is reflected. They change some color, whether it's reflected. Whether they change the logo, it's reflected. Immediate. So that may be the thing they wanted. So they will test it, and during that time they will get lot of problem because they are not familiar, they are not technical people. They'll get lot of error how to use it. Some conditions they may not be putting it properly, so they will be having problem that time. So that is why 1 year or 6 months, the person, if CTS is developing, they have to give 6 months support from offshore. So we will be giving knowledge transfer to them, what we developed, how to test, and what are the errors normally occurred when we do the development, and what is the expected one they can get. All this information we'll be giving to them, so they will support for some time. Then the project will be in live. They will use it. This is the way. So I told you, requirement gathering, there can be a business analyst role. You can be a functional, you can be a developer, and you can be in testing. And in between, you can be a hardware network engineer, and some other jobs are there that is not initial job, that cannot be an initial job. Once if you go there, then you can be given any other job apart from this. That will be after some experience. Suppose the error tracking, so those things are ticket creating, so those things they will give later. But initially these are the jobs. That's what I given. Requirement gathering. So we can be a business analyst. You need to know just the documentation skill set. You can be a project lead manager. You can be a test lead. I have given what is needed, communication skill, and you should be aware of the hardware, software tools, what they are using. At least you should be aware of it. Then analyzing it, and finding which softwares they are going to use it. And here I said test lead. Anybody can be a test lead, testing person, and here developer. Anybody can be a developer. Without coding, there are a lot of development work is there, and that's like BI developer, BI reporting tools, Cognos, Oracle OBA, SAP Business Object. Now Tableau reporting. Tableau, I thought of writing. I didn't write it. Tableau. You can be a Tableau report um, developer. It is also very simple. Tableau, Tableau reporter. You can be a Tableau reporter. So these are all just drag and drop type. Just you can drag and drop in the respective area in the column and row, and that will give a report. So these are all simple tools without much coding. You can practice any one of this and you can be a developer. And Tableau is now peak in the market. And here you can be, these are all, you need big coding talent to go for Java, Python, and along with that, now you should know big data, Hadoop, Spark. And if you want a web developer, you should be good in .js library tools. And you can be Android developer, app developer. And the SAP ABAP is the development tool we use in SAP. And these are all SAP related S-based HFM. As Hyperion, you can be a Hyperion developer. These are all short-term trainings you can take. But if you want to be in Java, and Java is evergreen in the market, so Python, if you want to be, but you should know not only Python. I will send you the requirement what we got from the MNC. We have some jobs available. We tied up with some companies. If you want, you can talk to our employees, and I will tell them to send the requirements to your faculties. You should know what the client is asking. Not only Python, apart from the small tools around that, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and SQL. Those are all very basic. You must be thinking that is we know, but when we are given the test, they are not able to. So need little practice, not much practice, little practice you do every day, you can do it very well. So as I told you, so the even the developer with much coding or less coding, you can go for the job. And this is the one I informed earlier in the software project lifecycle. This is a QA team. There's definitely nowadays every project they have a list of team for testing the developed object, testing the developed product. So it is very simple, but these are the tools: Cucumber, Selenium, IBM Rational Tool. Take some training, 3 months, 6 months, and learn everything in the Excel and Word. That will help you to go as a tester. It's a simple job. Get inside, then later you can learn some languages. You can be a developer. But initially, if you are good in development, definitely you can do that. But not only one language, learn along with some languages. You can call me or you can email me. I'll tell you what exactly you got to learn as a package. You should learn like a package. Then somewhere you may not be understanding the requirement. Somewhere it will be hard to understand. So these are the jobs. I told you how can we get inside the project. So I told you getting real time project is simple, but you have to select which area you want to go. You want to be a documentation person, or you want to be a project manager to coordinate with everybody, or you want to be a tester, or you want to be a developer with much coding, or you want to be a developer with less coding. So that is what you have to decide now. That you can design now. This the whatever I spoke, everything is documented here. Once we move the live, and what is the maintenance offered after that, how we are going to support, just like a story I told you. And this is a small example I noted. I don't know whether it will be confusing or not. I will tell you. Suppose suppose if you are ordering a sanitizer now, the you are a customer, or you are a shop owner, or you are a big retailer. You want to purchase some sanitizer. Now, if due to COVID, you are ordering, and the SAP how it works. So you are ordering it. It will the sales team is checking whether it's available. And if it is not available in inventory, there is no stock. Immediately, system will communicate to the production system, production planning department, one who is taking care of the production. So they will check the raw material. If there is no raw material in the inventory, they will raise orders to the vendor, purchase order to the vendor to look for the raw materials. There won't be one vendor for a big company. There will be n number of vendors. So the vendors will be automatically purchase orders will be sent to the vendors. Once they receive shipped the product, the raw materials, production is done. Then it will be informed to the sales team. Sales team will collect the money and deposit as accounts receivables. That is going in income. At the same time, they have to pay to the vendor. That is going to be the expense. The end of the day, the company have to meet, pay to the expense and get the profit and make a financial statement whether it's a profit or loss to make the product. That is the way the company works. So you can ask me questions now. I don't know where to start, where to end, but I given a nice example with the SDLC process. So what are the jobs available in a project? It by taking one project I explained to you. So you can fit into anywhere. Depends on the interest, depends on the effort you are doing. You can fit anywhere in the process, the phases. You can ask questions now. Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Is it in between? Is it whether it was breaking?
No, ma'am. It is clear, ma'am.
Oh, clear. Okay. You can ask me doubts, and we do internship training, and you can email me any type of help from me if you want, so I can guide your students anytime. So there is a gap between the industry and the colleges. So I was a teaching faculty lecturer, and also I'm in IT industry, so I can guide you in a way you can put me queries now.
Shall I go ahead, ma'am?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you, ma'am, for your interesting and thought-provoking address. Thank you, students, for your attention and patience in hearing the session. Students now can raise their queries, if any, and get the clarity on the topic from ma'am. You can post your queries in the chat box.
Oh, they want to see the slide more. Oh, I did not see it. I'm sorry. I'll send the slides to you students. I'm seeing the chat messages now only. Oh, they were asking to see the PPT in the presentation mode. Okay. Because I took only one picture and told the entire story. I'll be sending this PPT to your madam, then she can transfer to you.
Yes, ma'am, we will do that, ma'am. Students now are requested to submit their feedback on the session. The feedback link is available in the chat box. Certificates will be sent to your corresponding mail IDs once you have submitted the feedback. Now it's a time to deliver my vote of thanks. Good evening. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks to our resource person of the session, Dr. Santi Dureraj, Senior SAP FICO Techno-Functional Consultant and Managing Director, Charlata, the Charlata Publications and IT Solutions Shell, for guiding the young students in exploring the possibilities of choosing the real-time projects and creating an awareness in them. Thank you, ma'am. The webinar course content has helped the students to gain further insights on the values and significant benefits that career guidance programs are intended to provide. I would like to express my sincere thanks to our chairman, Sri M.A.K. Balakrishnan sir, and our directors, Shri K.B.K. Rajmohan sir, Shri K.B. Arun sir, Shri K.B. Krishnanand sir, for their kind consent in organizing this webinar. Thank you, sir. I would like to express our beloved thanks to our beloved Dean, Dr. R. Revati ma'am, for her moral support and guidance. I would like to express my profound gratitude to our esteemed principal, Dr. R. Geeta Rani ma'am, for her inspiration and encouragement. I thank faculty members for their enormous cooperation in organizing the program. Finally, the wonderful audience of this webinar program who have turned up in such great numbers from our college and also from various other colleges in and around Chennai, who have made this program a meaningful and a fruitful session. Once again, I thank one and all for your cordial cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you. So, any questions, students? Maybe I was keep on talking without giving break. So, are you all able to understand how the project is there, what how the project is done in IT industry, and you can fit into where you can fit into in this in the phases? Hello. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the I think they don't
Thank
have
you,
any
ma'am,
questions.
for the wonderful session, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Radha. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's all. So they don't have question. I can close it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very
Yes, ma'am.
much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.